We've all used nicknames, right? Babe, honey, sweetie, they're pretty standard stuff. But what if I told you there's a whole other level to this? A kind of secret language of nicknames that can bypass the logical brain and create this incredibly powerful, almost instant attraction. We're going to dive into what these subconscious codes are and how they work.
So, first things first, we have to move way beyond the generic stuff. We're talking about something with some real, genuine impact.
And this really lays it all out. Look, on one side, you've got your generic nicknames. Babe, sweetie, you know the drill. They're nice, sure, but they're completely interchangeable. You could say them to anyone. But on the other side, you have what our source calls subconscious codes. Now, these are different. They're unique, they're super personal, and they're designed to hit a very specific emotional nerve, creating a connection that's pretty much unforgettable.
So this is a really good moment to ask yourself this question, right? Think about the pet names you use. Are they actually building a unique world that's just for the two of you? Or are they just kind of placeholders, words you use to fill the space? It's a huge distinction, and it's basically the difference between just surface-level affection and a deep subconscious bond. Okay, section 2. Let's get into the secret language itself. We're going to tap into the subconscious and figure out how this whole thing actually works on a deeper level. So, what is a subconscious code? Well, it's definitely not just a cute name. The best way to think about it is like a key. A very specific key crafted to unlock an immediate emotional and, get this, even a chemical reaction in the brain. It's designed to work so fast that our logical, analytical brain doesn't even have time to process it. And the why behind this is what's so fascinating. When someone hears their subconscious code, their brain gets this little rush, this cocktail of powerful neurochemicals. You get a hit of dopamine, that's the feel-good chemical, the one tied to reward and pleasure, and you get oxytocin, which everyone calls the bonding hormone or the cuddle hormone. Put those two together, and you create this powerful, almost unbreakable feeling of connection and closeness. It's literally brain chemistry.
And that right there is the absolute key takeaway. This isn't really about the word itself. It's all about the consistent wave of positive emotion that the word triggers. A subconscious code is basically a tool that lets you create a specific feeling on demand.
So, that brings us to the next big question. Where do these incredibly powerful codes even come from? Well, it all boils down to one simple, powerful thing: shared experience. And here it is. This is the golden rule, the secret ingredient from our source material. The real magic isn't in the word. It's in the shared memory behind it. You know, an inside joke nobody else gets, a hilarious moment you shared, or even a time you got through something tough together. That's the fertile ground where a true subconscious code can actually grow.
Let's just let that sink in for a second. You can't just pick some cool-sounding nickname from a list and expect it to have this effect. It won't work. The name itself is just a container. The real power, the real magic, is the positive, emotion-packed memory that the name instantly brings rushing back. Without that foundation, the word is just empty.
All right, section 4, let's get practical. Now that we've got the theory down, let's talk about how to actually forge what's called an anchor, how to create one of these codes for yourself. The word anchor is just perfect here, isn't it? Think about a ship's anchor, holding it firm in one spot. Well, this nickname does the same thing, but for an emotion. It psychologically anchors itself to a specific positive memory. So every single time you use that nickname, you're essentially pulling up that anchor, and all the warm, happy feelings of that original moment come rushing right back into the present.
So here's the roadmap, broken down into 4 simple steps. First, you need a genuine, positive, shared memory. Let's say you're on a hike and you get caught in a sudden downpour, and instead of getting upset, you both just start laughing hysterically under a tree. That's your memory. Step 2, you coin a unique nickname from it. Maybe later you start calling them Storm Chaser as a joke. Step 3, Storm Chaser now becomes your psychological anchor. It's officially linked to that funny, happy memory. And finally, step 4, you use the anchor. Weeks later, when you lean over and say, "Hey, Storm Chaser," it's not just a name, it's a trigger that instantly brings back all the good feelings of that moment.
So, we'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. What's the real difference between just a name you call someone and a private world that you build just for the two of you? A subconscious code, one that's born from a real shared experience? Well, that isn't just a word. It's like a cornerstone for that private world, a world that belongs only to you. And ultimately, that is what creates a truly powerful, lasting connection.